Greetings, everybody. Welcome to Collector's Corner. I think I said this the last time, but this is becoming one of my favorite episodes that we do because we get to see so many cool things. So we are going to be with Zac Fieldsend today. What up, Zac?
Hey, what's up, Alex?
What's up? For those of you who have not seen Zac before, we've actually had him on a couple of our episodes. We had him on the Patreon exclusive episode, Nick Tunes, where we talked about some of our favorite Nickelodeon songs, theme songs, and other songs from fake bands in the TV show. But also, we had him on our Kabalm retrospective, and there was a whole section that most of you did not see because it was for a behind the scenes portion of the episode that we put over on Patreon. But there was a whole section where Zac was talking about how he made the figures for Action League Now, and it's so fascinating. And the things that he has made, the collection that he's got, it's very different because Russ and Carl and Jordy, they're all things that they had purchased, some from the store, some just through collecting and finding other collectors. This is stuff that he made, and it's so well done. It's so cool. But there is one other thing before we really get started and going into what he has to share with us. Zac is also good friends with someone that we've been dying to get on the show, Danny Tamberelli. And Danny and I have talked a few times, and he would love to do the show. He's told me this. It's just got dude's super busy, which I completely understand, and Zac has confirmed this as well. But in prep for this episode, we have a message from Danny Tamberelli from the man himself. So we're actually going to open with the message that he sent, and then we'll go into some of Zac's collection. So I am going to share my screen.
Hey, Splat Attack Podcast. It's Danny Tamberelli here. Hope all is peachy in your world. I hear you have a Collector's Corner episode happening today with my buddy Zac. And I guess I don't have to tell you because you already know. Zac is such a cool artist, and he understands fandom and nostalgia and the 90s, and you just look at his work and you go, yep, that stuff affected him in a similar way that it affected me too. And so I'm just here to say that I get it. And I have a couple of his pieces up in my apartment. Look, I have gotten a lot of fan pieces over the years, and I keep most of them, and a lot of them sit in a box, and not sure what to do with all of them. But a few hang up on my walls, and on my bookshelf are two of Zac's pieces. One, a Halloweeny, amazing Halloweeny piece with pumpkin eaters, and Mike and I dressed in our spacesuits, and my son may have knocked the helmet off, and I had to, glue it back. Sorry, Zac, I didn't mean to have to tell you like this, but it's back, and it's fine. It's looking good. And then when my fake TV mom died, Judy Graff, he made another piece that is from the Nightcrawlers episode, which is like one of the best. Like what a good story. Or someone, as a self-proclaimed mama's boy, I totally get that. And it was really special that Zac sent it over because, hey, she was my mom. She was my mom. It may have been a TV show, but she was my mom. She treated me like a son, and we all miss her very dearly. And it was just really nice that, Zac was able to send that off. And I get to look at Judy every day. And me and Clem, he was there too, writhing on the ground, frozen on the ground. Well, my daughter's calling me. So I guess I'll wrap it up by saying, Splat Attack Podcast. Listen to everything that Zac has to say, because he knows what he's doing and he knows what he's talking about. He even made some cool fan art from the first book that my wife and I wrote, The First Date Prophecy. And maybe you'll do some for the Road Trip Rewind, which comes out on May 21st. So if anyone at the Splat Attack podcast is interested in adult rom-com with a Back to the Future twist, they go back to 1999. So it's right up everybody's alley. That's, the only reason I'm saying it. Anywho. See ya.
See ya.
Oh wow,
That's
That's
awesome.
great.
Thank you,
That's-
Danny.
Thank
so
you,
much.
Danny.
Thank you.
so fun.
And
Wow.
and yeah, if I know that Kelsey over at Slime and Slashers, she's read, I believe, Danny's first book, and I believe fairly recently. So again, some share the love. Go check her out and listen to what she has to say, because she's wonderful. But I'm going to hand the mic over to Zac and see what all he's got in his collector's corner. And what you got for us, bud? Where are we starting with?
Okay. Well, I figured we start with some of the sculptures that I have because they're like original.
Okay,
So we're gonna kind of bounce around a little bit.
sure.
But so you saw the ones in Danny's video. So this is
Yeah.
the
Oh wow, this is the
That's
the
the
band
band.
episode.
Nobody
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
knows,
gosh, it's the
nobody
garage
knows.
Yeah,
too.
nobody
I
knows,
was
nobody knows.
around.
Hard Day's
I
Pete.
was
Nobody
around.
knows.
Yeah, that's my Hard
Yeah.
Day's Pete piece. This was like one of the first like Pete and Pete pieces I made. And Danny saw this and then wanted one of his own, and so I did the Halloweeny one for him with like the pumpkin eaters and everything. But yeah, I mean, this one took a long time. Like, I
Sure.
got the whole
It's
Oh my gosh.
incredible. I got the lizard too. It's so good.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What's the-
Gary on the amp? Yeah.
Is it just regular modeling clay that you use?
Yeah, super sculpey, and then it's like coated once it's dried. But
Do you
yeah, I
have
heard
like
from like
iron
most
rods to shape it?
yeah, rods and most of like, so it's like wireframe and then tinfoil wrapped over that.
Wow.
So it's like a tinfoil skeleton and then
Uh-huh.
clay on top of that. And then acrylic paints because it has like a plastic film once it
Yeah.
dries and then coated. So I mean it's stood the test of time. And Danny's has too, except for when Alfie knocked the head off of that one.
Oh.
But
I saw
Oh.
with the
I'm just now
Nightcrawlers, you had
finding
the
out about
electricity.
this.
That was so cool with the electricity on the Nightcrawlers. So you
Oh, yeah,
ran
yeah, yeah.
The
the wire
flashlight?
through it as well. Yeah.
Yeah, those were 9-volt lights. So it's just like a 9-volt that goes to one single bulb, and then I like sculpted around the bulb, and I was
Yeah.
hoping that it would still work at the end of it, because then I would have to tear the whole thing out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's sculpted around that bulb, and then the 9 volts are hidden like on the back, like the back panel where like I painted the whole Nightcrawlers. There's like
Mhm.
fake grass on the bottom. The
Mhm.
the
Okay.
9 volts are under the grass, and like you can
Oh,
peel it
okay.
up.
So it's
Nice.
Yeah, they're
completely
kinda
obscured
Wow.
from all sides. That's awesome.
Yeah, that one was like the most like high tech one I did because it's got those two lights. Like Clem's holding a flashlight too, and then so is Danny. So like
Yeah.
I was like, what am I gonna do with these two 9 volts? And then it worked out with the grass and the fake leaves and stuff. Like that was a really cool piece. I didn't really want to get rid of it because I love Judy Graff too, but it's in the right place.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
it's with somebody who would truly appreciate it the most.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, he's one of the best, man.
Very cool guy.
All right,
Very
what else you
cool
got?
guy, Very down to
Yeah.
earth.
Okay. Here's another one that I have that lights up. So I always wanted one of these. This one might look a little weird, like
Oh,
with the
dude,
light.
yes. That was my
That's so
favorite
great.
episode.
Oh
That-
my God.
I didn't watch a lot of Family Matters, but whenever I saw they had
Yeah.
that machine where he could get inside and transform to be somebody, there was the one where he got
Yeah.
to transform to
I had
be
to put all
Bruce
these little
Lee.
gadgets like on the machine, like yeah, it's a
Oh, wow.
Urkel's cool machine.
Yes,
And then like little
Yeah.
baby shrunken Carl. There's an episode where Carl
Yeah.
shrinks and he's like tiny, like in the house. And so yeah, like I did that and like added lights to this. This one I have to plug in, but that's my
Okay.
Family Matters
Wow.
that's so cool.
I love the little Carl. That's great.
Yeah. Oh,
The
Let's
lights
see.
just make it. Wow.
piece, right? Keeping with the light theme. This is kind of a deep cut, so I wonder if you guys know where this is from.
Yes, that is from Stay Tuned.
You got it. Quick.
That was that was
Oh,
when they were in hell and changing the channels, and they
That's
they
Oh,
right.
had
that's
like,
the John Ritter movie.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
had-
Okay.
Oh
they had a
my
cue card,
gosh.
but it was one of those cue cards that had pictures on it, and they told John Ritter, "Hey, what's this say?" He goes, "I worship Saturn." And-
Yeah, right.
yes,
That's a
love
good
that
movie.
movie.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. This was such a great like little tribute, and like I was gonna do a Wayne's World piece, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna step it up a little bit and like do like an even deeper cut.
It's
So,
so
like I posted
cool.
this on like Stay Tuned like Reddit forums, and they're like,
Mhm.
why would you spend so much time on that? Like, what's the significance? And I'm like, it's just really cool.
Dude,
I like it.
why
It's
would you
cool.
even ask that?
It
Yeah.
justifies
But that's
itself.
like,
Why
I put
wouldn't
a
you
little
spend
John
that
Ritter
much
right
time
on
here,
it?
like a sphincter boy on his shirt.
Yeah, Sphincter
Yeah.
And
Boy.
so I'm good friends with the toy store owner, like in my city, and so I brought this in, and he was like, "That's really cool, but like kids come in here, so like I don't want Sphincter Boy like on the counter."
They
So
can't
he's
read
got some
it.
other stuff, but not that one.
A sphincter says what?
Yeah, if they're old enough to read the word sphincter, then they get it. If they're not, then it doesn't matter.
Right? Okay, you guys will like this one.
I was a toy store owner. I had to keep it up there. Yes.
Yeah, Super Dude
Dude,
and
Coach
Coach
Cretin.
Cretin.
Yeah, Coach Cretin.
I love
With
the
like a little
detail
all
on the
that
wall.
gosh.
I know.
Wow.
man.
You got the
Yeah,
logo
unlock
too.
Yeah,
Suspended motion. That's so great.
And then
Yeah.
the Snick logo on the bottom,
It's a
on the
pin.
corner. Pin? Oh.
So this is like an elaborate pin holder. Like,
Oh, okay.
Oh.
The all that stool is great too.
Yeah. Wow.
That's so cool. Oh, I love all this
Oh my
stuff.
gosh.
I like the detail that you did because of the wallpaper and stuff. Because all that sketches had like weird rooms, and you put that great detail to that. Nice.
Thanks, Manny.
Oh my god, Prometheus.
Yes,
is
yes,
gone.
and
Oh my
Bob.
gosh.
With
Oh,
little
It's like a
Pete.
yeah.
slice of the
With little
episode.
Pete. And
Yeah,
the
so,
monkey
like, I
in the
got, like-
background.
Yeah, he's in the little
He's in the
spaceship.
spaceship.
What's
That's
the cereal
amazing.
box at the bottom?
Cosmo rings. So this is like a crossover piece between the Time
Yeah.
Tunnel Pete and Pete episode where he goes back in time, like eating Cosmo rings.
Yes,
and, like,
that's right. That's right. That's right.
Oh,
He's got the
wow.
Krebs stick deodorant and like the
Yeah.
thongs
Oh my
in the
gosh.
back here. And so it's about like daylight savings time, and so he wants to go back in time. And so I thought it'd be cool if he went so far back in time that he ran into Prometheus and Bob, like little crossover. And
Yeah.
so that's what I did with those guys.
Is that hat like suspended off the head as well? Like
Yeah.
frozen
Yeah,
motion?
yeah.
Wire.
Oh,
It's
man.
coming out
wow.
so fast. Like there's a safety pin going through his head, holding his head up.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Those
wow.
details are great. I mean,
Dude,
it
that-
really like locks it in motion.
That is
It's so cool.
great. That is so great.
End.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Let's see. Another elaborate pin holder.
Oh my
Goosebumps.
gosh. Yes.
There
This
it is.
one. Yes.
Dude,
These are just
Jo-
pin
Jordan,
tags.
you
Curly
have the
badge
mask.
with the head. Yes, I got the mask right back here.
yeah.
Oh my god, curly pins. Yes, another elaborate pin holder.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So cool, man. With the Goosebumps pumpkin too. I've done that a few years in real life with the full size jack-o'-lantern, the pumpkin with the G.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Man, I
so
love it, man.
Cool.
So
Okay, dude.
cool.
Staying with the Goosebumps theme for a minute. Do you have this? Have you seen this?
What is
Not
this?
for
Is this a
retail sale.
VHS?
So yeah, this is the
Is this a-
Goosebumps promotional screener
Yeah.
VHS of the Haunted
Ooh.
Mask.
Oh my
Like,
gosh,
it's
wow.
in a
no.
slim case.
No
Yeah, instead of
way.
the
It's
puffy
paper
case.
too. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
dude,
part of
not in the
clamshells.
clamshell, and it's like preview.
Preview.
You-
Wow.
That's so crazy. I have a few preview tapes, but I don't have them for Goosebumps. No, I've got them for random things like Star Fox and like other random things no one cares about. Well, I don't care about as much as Goosebumps. That's so cool. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, dude,
paper
I've got a
sleeve
couple of them.
Goosebumps.
He's
So,
got
like,
so many.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
Where are you finding
Ah.
these?
I
Internet.
found one at a thrift, and I didn't know what
Okay.
it was, and I was like looking at the back, and it's like promotional cassette
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, this big white strip at the bottom you wouldn't normally
Yeah,
see.
not for
Yeah,
rental
so then
or
like
sale.
I looked into this because it's like my favorite Goosebumps episode, like
Yes.
/ movie, right?
Sure.
And I saw one pop up on eBay like 10 years ago, and snagged it, dude. Like,
dude, yeah, the paper. I mean, any paperback like covered Goosebumps is, I mean, a rarity.
Yeah.
There's nearly none of them in existence. So that's so cool. That's a real one.
I thought you might appreciate that one.
That's so cool.
Yeah, dude. And then like out thrifting, right? So like I start like he was saying in his episode, you don't see very much Goosebumps at the thrift anymore, right?
Yeah.
Like everybody's kind of onto them. They're hot. Like, you know, they're hard to find. I see this and I'm like, okay, another issue of like, you know, another copy of the Werewolf of Fever Swamp. So like I pick it up at the thrift and then I'm flipping through. And then it's got this like big fold out calendar.
Oh my gosh. So you got one of the
94.
limited ones with the calendar. Yes. Dude. And that's the hardest part, is finding one with the fold outs and stuff still in them.
Right.
People rip them out, throw them into
Yeah.
the
Exactly.
It's the same with the sticker
So
pack.
I saw that and I was like, mine.
Yes.
That's a lucky find too, because that said 94 on it. So it's like 30 years old and it looks brand new. That's
Right.
amazing, dude.
It's always hit or miss with Goosebumps. You'll either find the most mildewy Goosebumps that's so yellowed, or you'll find one that's like fresh.
No,
and
that's
clean.
just
You're
the title, dude. That's just the title.
It's just
The
monster
well-loved.
Scribbled down on the inside. Like,
yeah,
It's just the
ripped,
monster
torn,
blood coming
folded.
out. That's all it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Well loved.
Okay. So this is kind of cool.
Oh my
So this
gosh.
this is like
neat.
a haunted mask based on the book version.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I had never seen one before, but like I thought it was rad, and I collect a lot of masks, so like this one's in the collection.
Yeah.
I put red lights like in his eyes, and then turned it on like around
Uh-huh.
Halloween time. Use it as like a decoration for the window, but
That's so
Yeah.
cool.
That's so cool. And is this like Scholastic manufactured, or?
it doesn't have a maker's mark. But I've seen one other one, the collector, what's his name, Sean Hain, or there's another well-known Goosebumps collector named Sean Hain,
Okay.
and he had one like just on the floor in his collection.
Uh-huh.
So I'm guessing it was just like a independent maker. They made like maybe, you know, a limited run, and then they somehow
Is it
got
like a
out into the
knockoff
wild.
mask? Maybe, I wonder. Yeah, if somebody tried to capitalize on the haunted mask that year with all
Maybe.
because they had the
Maybe.
Halloween mask in production back in the
Yeah.
90s.
They read the book and they're like, hey, I could make this
Yeah.
thing.
There's a few East Coast mask makers that'll do that. They make like close replicas. Oh wait, it's the Ghastly
And Nightmare
Grinner.
Fuel.
You
There
know,
he is.
I saw that on Instagram and I'm like, wow, that detail's
That
unbelievable,
is
dude.
amazing.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
this
Able
is
to work
like
in the hat,
this is my
too.
black and yellow Grinner, like custom. Like
Yes.
Yeah.
I almost wanted to make like my own comic book cover, because you know how Hooper Piccolero is like, what's the Ghastly Grinder? And I'm
Hooper
like, of course
Piccolero?
there was another
Who
comic
sits across
that-
from you in Mr. Rights and Science class? That Hooper Pickle?
Yeah, that Hooper Piccolero. Yeah. She said the Ghastly Grinder, and I'm like, that would actually be a cool character, and there's got to be more than one like in this comic book universe.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let me get some black slime going on.
I love that idea that there's all these different gritters of the different colors mixed with yellows, of black and yellow, blue and yellow. Or red
Yeah,
and
I've done
yellow.
like a light blue. I've painted quite a few Grinner masks, and like the light blue is good, regular blue. The black was just for me. I haven't sold one of those yet, but I've like had offers on them.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I love the detail around the mouth too. It really sells it.
Yeah. The
Especially-
eyes, like the blood vessels in the eyes, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like yellow irises for some reason. Like they're definitely scary. Nightmare fuel.
Yeah, they're creepy.
Yeah.
This guy.
I kind of died.
I kinda died!
Yes. I kinda died.
Yeah, this is my Phantom cab driver mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Now,
want
do
to
you put it on backwards
Backwards
and walk
just
or
around?
say
forwards.
just put it on.
Spin it
Still
around.
keep the front, but just like set it up here.
And
like-
the hand in the jar, Vince.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, that hand makes so many returns throughout Are You Afraid of the Dark? That's so cool.
Ugh.
It's such a simple thing too, I guess, when you think about it, but it's you put it all together. It is an Are You Afraid of the Dark prop though.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I found this
That's
after it
cool.
too. I couldn't believe
I was
it,
seeing
dude.
that. That is
Wow.
incredible. I mean,
That's a great
Does it have the
find.
year on it? Does it say 92? Like, what's
That-
this
that-
is Nickelodeon and then
2008.
something else?
Yeah, that's
2008?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
But the
The
Nick
Nick
box,
box one.
that makes
But still,
sense.
I mean, at the thrift, I mean, finding
Yes.
anything Are You
Yeah.
Afraid of
Yeah.
the Dark related?
Yeah.
Oh my
I was like,
gosh!
no
Yeah, there was
way, dude.
one time I
I
found an
have
Are You
that one.
Afraid of the Dark book, and I was like, I can't believe I found something Are You Afraid of the Dark in the wild.
Right.
You're definitely not going to
I
find a
wished I could,
VHS.
but I found the hat. That's about as much as I got.
Man.
So cool,
Let's
though.
see.
Oh,
So
hello.
The Night Shift Vampire.
yeah.
That is so cool.
Gotta light yourself on fire.
Are there lights in there? There's lights in there.
Yeah, there's red lights in there. There's like a light up skull in here.
Oh,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I
see.
see.
Oh, okay,
I
I see it.
see.
There he is.
Wow.
hey,
Oh,
Oh,
Another one
man.
for the window.
yes.
Now that
So
that was
great.
one that you found and customized.
Yeah. Most all of them are customized. Like I don't like poor latex, but I do buy like blank latex masks. There's a few sellers that I know that just they're called raw pull masks, and so they're just like basically pulled straight off of a mold, like with the seams still left on them that I need to sand off, and like totally unpainted, just like skin flesh tone latex, and then you have to
Yeah.
paint it from scratch. And
very
so
cool.
a few of them are like that.
You ever just wear
Yeah.
them in your hand just to scare people, like popping from the corner or something like that?
No, Manny, I don't.
Damn.
I'm
I'm
joking.
wondering if you
I'm
come
joking.
into your house late at night, and you like some of them are staring back at you, and you're like, I hope there's no one wearing one of those under there.
Oh,
That
with
was
the Ghastly Grinner's just standing in the corner, like in
Yeah.
the shop, and it's like, oh no, it's the actual Grinner.
that was absolutely a tool time thing that just happened. Tim, hey, do you think
I don't
this?
think so, Tim.
I don't think so.
No,
Absolutely.
All right.
Oh my
no,
God.
no, don't.
This is a really special mask.
Ooh, what is that one?
Whoa.
Is this White Zombie?
No, this is Little
Okay.
Pete's mask from the Halloween
Oh.
episode of Pete and Pete.
Oh,
Oh,
It's a 1984 Distortions Unlimited mask. Really rare, like super hard to find. I've seen 2 in like 8 years.
wow.
And like I got the second one, but it was like a smaller size. It was like a child version of the same mask. And so I sent that to Danny because he really wanted it. And I'm like, all right, since I already have
Cool.
one, I'll let the second one go. So that's also in Danny's collection, a Little Pete mask. But yeah, dude, I mean, once I saw this mask, I'm like, no way. Because this is the one he wears where he pops up out of the leaves and then he like pulls
Yeah.
it up and he's like
Oh,
looking
yeah.
around. Like, yeah. It's a weird
so
mask.
cool.
I mean, it's just like a zombie eating a rat. But
Yeah.
He's got like
yeah,
isn't it
this is
tail
like
or a
the
worm
Little
coming
Pete
out of the
mask.
eye.
That's what makes it so creative.
So cool.
There's
Yeah.
not a lot of
Cool.
Pete and Pete like merch out there. So
Not at all.
Yeah.
if I could find that mask, I was happy. Let's see. This.
Yes.
Oh,
Mr. Tasty
Yeah.
Vinyl.
Tasty.
Yeah, Mr.
I think-
Tasty vinyl figure. I like how they got the missing poster on the back.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. 555 Tasty.
I think that and the hat came out in the same Nick box. I think.
Okay.
Did you get that at the same thrift store that you found the hat?
Which
The
one?
hat?
The Tasty?
Yeah, the Tasty and the hat, the Nickelodeon hat. Did you find both those at the same thrift shop?
No. Did they come out of the same box? Was it
I
like
think they
I
did.
culture
don't,
fly or
I don't
something
think
like
they
that?
did though.
Or
I
a Nick
got
box,
a
right?
I got the hat in the Nick box. I didn't get a Tasty in the same
Okay.
box.
Okay.
Okay.
No,
They-
I got
they
the
both are
Tasty
Nick boxes.
later on eBay. It was only like $15, like really not bad. But
Yeah.
like I said, there's really not much Pete and Pete merch out there. Like,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah.
there's a cassette tape that like a lot of people have in their collections.
Mhm.
The Polaris cassette tape you could get from Kellogg's or whatever.
Mhm.
Very cool. And then yeah, the Mr. Tasty figure and like they released the Pete hat, a little Pete hat came in one of the Nick boxes. That was very
Yeah.
cool because it's got like a little leather tag on it that says Pete and Pete on it.
Mhm.
Yeah. The
That was
little
cool.
detail matters.
Like Cat, you have that one.
Yeah, it's back there.
That's a cool hat. Let's see.
It's in the box back there. So take me some.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
Nosferatu.
Yes.
Yeah, this is just another repaint. Like
So
I
cool,
just picked
though.
up like Nosferatu mask, but like the Nosferatu in Are You Afraid of the Dark has a specific look. He's got
Yes.
like a
Yes.
darkish red around his eyes. and like he's got these moles painted on him.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the way it was in the show.
And the very specific veins in the what?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Hey.
Oh man.
It's a deadite.
Yeah. You got it.
Did you do anything to the teeth for the Nosferatu mask, or was it already like that? Because that's spot on.
Oh yeah, those are painted.
Because it's the front too. It's not the side, or I forget the incisor, whatever they're called.
Yeah, his are a little
front.
bit more like bent and weird than Nosferatu's too. I don't know. I always thought it was to be like more child safe.
Right.
Child safe Nosferatu. Gotta keep it like Y7 Nosferatu.
Safety scissors.
Yes.
Safety
incisors.
Oh my gosh. The bus driver.
God.
Wow.
I mean, the Grinner scared me. The bus driver, though, like he starts twitching at the that's nightmare fuel. That bus driver was nightmare fuel.
Lifts his head around.
Yeah, and then he just starts like bouncing up and down, and then
we were just talking about this. Yeah, it's like wow.
Yeah, definitely one of my favorite masks. Like, I'm gonna have to make another one because there's a lot of like big time collectors that want him in their collection, but I refuse to sell mine because it's too cool. I got like the full bus driver costume, like, you know, with like the blue suit and the light blue shirt, blue tie. Like on my Instagram, you can see me in the full costume. So I guess if I cosplayed, I cosplayed as this guy. Just putting the suit on. Dude, this hat was really hard to make, surprisingly. Like it's got this metal emblem on it.
Yeah.
You made the emblem?
It's a Canadian coat of arms. But this is a real metal emblem. And so I had to get a Canadian coin book and cut the emblem off and then put it on this hat. Yeah. And so like that's how I got this hat. Like
wow.
The Canadian bus drivers never wore the Canadian coat of arms on their hat. They just like threw it on there for the show. And so like that was it.
Of course
it's not like you could just find another one of these hats.
Yep. You have to make it from scratch.
Made it from scratch. Yeah.
Golly.
But
that sounds like the hardest.
He's got that emblem like right up in front. Like it's when he's like it's after he crashes the bus and he's like laying down.
Yeah, he's like twitching and
That one.
So what did you use for the base mask for that?
The Man Who Laughs.
So, okay. That's what I would look like. Yeah, I was gonna ask. It's the Joker's essentially, right?
Well, like the original Joker, like the Man Who Laughs.
Right?
Yeah, it's a black and white like mask that you can get from like Trick or Treat Studios, but it's still like a higher end mask. It's like $60.
Mm-hmm.
But like I totally just repainted it, painted his hair, added the blue slime, added the hat, and then that was it. Like
it worked so well though. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Of all the masks, that one is probably the most unsettling. It's so well done.
I mean, they're all fantastic.
Yeah.
I think because it's a person that's been taken over and not a monster to begin with. I think it's why that character in general is so unsettling, and we have that association with it.
Possessed thing, it's weird.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. So
there's your reference, Jordy, right there.
Head. Yes.
Yep.
You have the ooze still to make the ooze come out.
Oh yeah, the ooze, the little pump right here.
Yes, exactly. I'm surprised you still have all the pieces. Those things always lose all the pieces.
All the pieces, dude.
Oh,
oh my gosh!
You got the box.
Box.
Yeah, that's like the modeling clay is in here. This is my box. I had this when I was a little kid. I could send the picture to Alex. There's a picture of me on my Instagram when I'm like 4 years old with this box.
Bravo,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm like I'm like too little to hold it. I'm like my arms are barely getting around it.
In great condition too. Especially
I know.
Like, when I was a kid, like some of the boxes from the stuff that I had when I was a kid, they're just ripped up to like I still have the box, but it is not in pristine condition.
Yeah, I didn't care about that when I was a kid, but wow.
But Jordy, did you know that there's a Goosebumps version of
Monster I thought that's what it was at first. Yes, there is. Yeah, there is the Goosebumps equivalent. I don't. I've seen. I don't know. Goosebumps Ozzy's fan has one. I've seen his. He has in the box and out of the box.
They use like the original artwork, like for that box. It's called like the Goosebumps Monster Head Maker.
Yes.
And
yes.
Yeah, it's got a purple base. They repainted the base, but exact same thing.
Yes,
Like
yeah.
apparently,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I read this article like back in the 90s that Monster Face was pulled from shelves because parents were complaining that kids were having nightmares because there's this freaky head like in the little kid's room, like
in the middle of the night. Yeah.
yeah. Pull that off the shelf, please. So yeah, there's not a whole lot of them that survive. And then, that's why they transferred it to Goosebumps, to try and sell a couple more of them because they were just sitting in a warehouse.
Wow.
Yep, yeah.
Here guys, check it out.
Oh,
my gosh.
There you go, Zach.
Zach, look at that.
That's my son, yeah. And then the picture before that's me. There
it is.
Look at that.
That's so cool.
Baby's first monster face.
They grew up so fast.
Yeah.
They scare up so fast.
No, right?
That was the Crypt Keeper sound.
Yeah, I got just a couple more masks. I got this guy.
Oh,
who is that?
So this one I wanted to use as like a Tale of the Dark Dragon mask.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so like he drinks this to like become awesome, but then like he's turning into this slowly.
It's a Jekyll and Hyde situation.
Yeah, it's all about like the nose though. So like he didn't have these like big tusks coming out, but like if you put the hood on him and he's got the flat nose, like it pulls it off. Like
yes,
haven't used it for anything, but
something about the eyes too. That hooded eyes. Wow.
Yeah, there's like a mannequin head in this one, so.
Oh, okay, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Do you ever just like you making the masks, have you like come up with like some sort of a technique where it's like this started off so hard, but now with the next mask I know what to do to make this easier? Like, do you do things a different way, or do you feel like when you make them it's easier?
It depends on the mask. Like Grinner masks have become easier, but like they've also gotten more scarce. Like there was like a huge stock in like England of like these like they were just Joker masks that nobody wanted, and the guy was selling them for like $20 a piece. And so I bought like 5 or 6 of them and then repainted them, turned them into Grinner masks, and they sold for like $300-400 a piece. So I was like, this is a good bid. Like I'll keep making these masks. But then like the supply was out, so now they're back up to like $50 a piece. So if somebody really wants one, I can do it, but it's not as like I have a stock of them. I have one in the back like that I haven't painted yet. And I still have my first one. So this is the first Grinner mask that I did. And it's like really big. Like
it's huge.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Amazing.
Now
the teeth and the eyes.
What is the slime?
Yeah.
Hot glue.
Yeah, hot glue.
It's painted hot glue. Yeah. You get the hot glue to the right temperature, like, until it's like just dripping and then sits. And then you just paint it and then gloss coat over it so it shines and then looks like slime.
Oh yeah, I love
Yeah.
hot glue. It's the best.
Did you like practice on any cheap masks before you went and crafted like your first, like the first Grinner? Did you have to practice their techniques on anything before you started, or did you just...
This was the test.
That was the
test?
Yeah,
That's an amazing test.
Holy crap, dude.
Thank you. But I mean, yeah, if it didn't work out,
was there a prototype where... Yeah.
No, that was all that. Just that one mask. I can't believe it.
Yeah, it went from that to like this guy. Like this is the last one that I did.
Wow.
I love that. The eyes.
And that's her ghastly grinder, so that's perfect.
It's the eyes. It's the bloodshot eyes.
Oh man. So you say you haven't really gotten into like the casting or anything. Is that something that you like want to get into in the future, like casting your own molds and stuff?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I would be good at it, but I got so much else going on, dude. I didn't want to turn my garage into like a mask making factory.
Yeah.
Masks hanging up in my garage drying and everything. Like I definitely like have a love for it. I appreciate everything they do. Like I just enjoyed painting more than like, casting and
Yeah.
and plus I sculpt too. Like I could sculpt it out, but it's a lot of work.
Yes. No.
But yeah,
For
I
sure.
would definitely like to try it.
Nice.
Now, just going back to your little miniatures that you made, the little figurines.
Yeah.
Is there any other ideas of ones that you'd like to do, but you haven't had the chance to do yet?
Oh, 100%. Like I have a list of ones that I would like to make. Like Urkel's Cool Machine got skipped up by a few of them, like, to make that one. But like I wanted to make a bunch of Are You Afraid of the Dark ones. I wanted to put like all the clowns like in one scene.
Oh my
Yes.
god.
Yeah, I
That'd
wanted
be
to
so
do like a
cool.
Midnight Society kind of sitting around the campfire. Let's see. I want to do the werewolf like when he's up in the bedroom, like in
Full
he's
moon.
like
Yeah.
the twin brother werewolf. What's that
Yeah.
episode? Full
Yeah.
Moon or
Yeah, full
Tale
moon.
of
yeah,
Full
the
Moon.
Full
Full
Moon,
Moon.
right?
Full moon. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to do that one because that's one of the coolest werewolves ever. But like,
Yes.
I wanted to
yes.
make a mask of it, but it's such an original design. You're not gonna find something you can repaint, like that. That'd be from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
And I found a guy that makes Zebo masks now, but before I found the guy, like this was the one that I made. And so like this
wow.
Jeez.
That's
Now
so
this-
so I mean this is
impressive.
from scratch. This is plaster of Paris
Oh my
on like a
God.
wire
Yeah.
frame. And then
Now
I
does
just
the-
added like a big ass wig to it. This wig is huge. Like it does not agree, but I didn't glue it down to him because I wasn't sure if I was going to attach it
Oh
permanently.
wait, so
or
it's just
not, but
resting on top of it?
I'm
Oh
holding
wow.
it, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you want to
Now-
see Zebo bald?
Instead of taking the nose, you take his wig.
Give me my hair.
Yeah.
Give me back my hair.
Give it back, bald Zebo. Let's see. I think that's all I got on masks.
Okay.
This guy.
Yes.
Oh,
The dangerous
man.
soup
Dangerous soup.
gargoyle.
It knows
Oh.
what scares you.
That thing is
Yes.
scary. Jeez.
I
I
can't wait
love
for Sam
that.
to watch that one.
Oh.
Sam
Yeah.
needs to see more
Anything
Vink
like little Are
episodes.
You Afraid of the Dark stuff, like
Oh,
Jordy
the
might remember that
Genesis game. Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah, Brett did a sticker of that years and years back. But yes, man, that's one of my favorite things. I've been wanting to do that same thing too. Grab a Genesis like cartridge.
we got like the
convert
Genesis
it.
cartridges. Like we had to redesign like the front of it. I mean, it's as close as we could get to the original, but like
Yeah.
there's only 2 shots in that episode where you can see it, and they're
Yeah.
blurry.
Yes. Yeah,
So,
and it's in the corner.
to get a
Exactly.
decent copy. Yeah, like we had to redesign it, like do all that. We put McHale software up top.
Oh,
I
yes.
love that detail.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, little detail.
Has
And
DJ
all the
McHale
tabs
seen
on
it?
the side. And then you can see the back.
Do you know if DJ
He holds
McHale
up-
has seen that?
What's that?
Do you know if DJ McHale saw that?
He did, and he liked it a lot. He's like, that's very cool. He's like, I appreciate you putting my name on there. Because I reached out to him. I'm like, do you remember what was on that case? He's like, I have no idea. That was props department. But he's like, I appreciate you putting my name on there. He's like, you guys did a great job with it. Like, so that was
So
cool.
good.
Cool.
I love those little Easter eggs that come across the episodes that tie them together. There's the magazine as well that like features like the Nickelodeon products on it that shows up in Manaha, I believe, the Manaha episode.
Right. Yeah, and then
Well,
they got the ads on the back of the Grinner comic, like the
Yes.
Ghastly
Yes,
Grinner. They got the
exactly.
Nickelodeon
Ren
Yeah.
and Stimpy and
book
Are You Afraid
ads
of the
on the
Dark?
back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, the reference to different Are You Afraid of the Dark monsters too on that episode, I think. So
Right, in the comic book
In the
shop
comic
where all
books.
the faces are up.
yeah.
That's what made me want to do like a Tale of the Dark Dragon mask, is because that face is in the comic shop, and I'm like, what is this face? And then like you realize it's the Dark Dragon with no hood, so you see his ears
Mhm.
sticking up for the first time. Like it looked like a
Oh.
totally different movie, like different creature. I wanted to know where it was from. And
Wow.
so yeah, like once I found that, I'm like, I could try something like to make a custom mask.
Well, so for those who missed out on the Kablam episode, show us your Action League. I mean,
Yes.
you before we even started this episode, you said that you becoming known as the Action League guy.
Yeah, surprisingly, I mean, people keep hitting me up like, "Hey, what did you use for this guy? What did you use for that guy?" I'm fine with telling them. But then like I got people hitting me up like, hey man, I tried to make an Action League and then failed miserably. Like, do you want all the parts I have? Because I'm never gonna use them. And I'm like, yeah, I guess, like, why not? This is a box of Action League supplies. Well, this is a second league that I'm doing now.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah.
Oh,
Thunder
wow.
Girl.
Yeah, Thunder Girl. Wow.
So yeah,
Thunder Girl.
this is like season 3, 4 Thunder Girl. She's got like this frizzy hair going on.
Yeah.
She
Oh.
doesn't
Season
have
1
like
is
the
back here.
Barbie hair from the first season, I guess.
Yeah, I'll show you the difference. So like season 1 has the bangs and
Yeah.
like the
Uh-huh.
long hair. Season 2 has like
Yeah.
the frizz and it's like puffed out more.
Is this like the 80s Barbie to 90s Barbie change up in the heads?
It's like
They're
Skipper.
like okay, so her head sculpt is a Cindy doll. And Cindy is like the UK version of Barbie.
Yeah.
And so her head sculpt is actually pretty expensive. Like you have to get it. Most of them are in the UK because it's Cindy Barbie. It's not Barbie related, but it's like got her name on the box like Barbie. So it's like a Barbie knockoff, but the UK version. That's where her head sculpt came from. But the body, it's like a Skipper doll. Like it's a shorter version.
Yeah.
Because if they would have used the full like Barbie style, her legs wouldn't be like that. Like she'd have been way taller than
Too
the rest
tall
of the
compared
Action
to the
League.
rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got this guy.
The Flash.
In the buff.
Which I think
Yeah.
is like a Conan action figure, right?
Yes, he's made from this figure. So this is
Okay.
it's the Conan the Barbarian figure. But like you got to sand all of this off. So
Wow.
like his boots, his buckle, his armbands, like his necklace,
Oh,
like
wow.
everything needs to be
Yeah.
sanded
To get it
and then
down
like
away.
painted
Yeah.
over to get that
Repainted.
style. And then
Wow.
sometimes I'll cut this off and sometimes I'll leave it on. Like that's his special arm attack.
Yeah.
When he has to
Let's see what we
knock
got.
Stinky Diver off to a car. So yeah.
Yeah.
Justice.
Justice.
Yeah. Justice is my favorite because I don't have to do anything to him. Like already justice.
Stinky
I
Diver.
will. I'll be
Yeah.
right back. I got to step away. My little one is crying, but please continue.
Sure.
So
Yeah,
like
he's made up
Diver.
of shipwreck G.I. Joe figure.
Yes.
But like, dude, I mean, complete the shipwreck G.I. Joe is like $50-$60. Like it's a higher end figure.
oh.
And he comes with this like it's a headband, but it's got like breathing hoses. And to make Stinky Diver, you have to cut those hoses off. So G.I. Joe
Oh.
collectors hate this guy because you're like
Yeah.
destroying original pieces to
It's a
make
battle
like
back
this
and forth.
figure. But it's
Oh
worth
my-
it to me. It's just like
Yeah.
Yeah.
they'll give you flack. This is the guy I used to make Melt Man. Is,
Oh, wow.
yeah,
So-
Major Blood. So this is a fairly inexpensive figure, which is good because you're basically destroying him, like, to turn him into this.
Right,
So
right.
when you turn him into that, do you put the clay over it, or do you melt parts of it, or
You
sand parts of it?
So
You
like I
sand?
take my Dremel, like same Dremel
Oh.
I use to like sand everything off of the flesh. I like concave his face.
Yeah.
Like he's got these holes in the front of him.
right.
And then I'll build up clay on top of it and then paint like little black spots to make
Yeah.
him look burned. But he was never actually burned. Like
He was
melted
Dremeled.
plastic does not smell good. So like
No.
you get a little of it with the Dremel, but like I'm not sitting there with a torch like holding it to him like
Yeah. But heat
With the
gun or
power
anything.
glass
glass out. Yeah.
okay, yeah,
Oh.
this is my second meld, man. A little different.
Okay.
This is like in this box is like season 3 and 4. So like it's season 3 and 4. He had like the light blues like splotches on him.
Yeah.
So like that's where that is. And he had like a droopy thing on his face. Like that's clay coming
Yes.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a later version of Meld Man.
I'm excited to know about Bill the Lab Guy.
Bill the Lab Guy's made up of 3 different figures.
Wow.
So let me see if I have like some of the basics. Not in this spot. Yeah, so like his legs and arms are from this, like the firefighter, right?
Wow.
So like you take his arms, but his lab coat like is custom. Like down here,
Yeah.
like those are pieces from the firefighter, but like the back and like all of this custom because like
Okay.
he's got the suit on underneath. So like you need like just a regular, you need like a regular business guy that you sand off the stethoscope, or doctor sand off the stethoscope. Then you got your like, you know, basic torso, and then the legs, you know, firefighter arms.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Wow.
I love that they just like they didn't just customize one figure. They took apart a bunch of them
Wow.
and reassembled.
Yeah, so you can use this head sculpt and like, you know, you basically like you make your goggles out of clay.
Yeah.
And you sand
Yeah.
all this like of his head to give him those like patches. Right? He's got these weird like clown patches
Yeah.
for his hair, little
Yes.
tuft in the front. There's nothing
My
we
gosh.
could do. Yeah.
Business in the front and no party in the back.
Right? You got it. This kid.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I noticed that the other one was the chief, the chief head, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, there he is.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, you're killing me, man. Oh my god.
So this is what you used to make the chief.
Uh-huh.
Jeez.
This is a really like rare figure. Like he's hard
Really?
to find. Yes, dude. If you find the African American play school doctor figure from like 93, it's this guy. And he's like $50. No joke.
$50.
$50 for this guy. And I found him
Yeah.
for as low as like 30, but that was like minimum. Like you're not gonna find him for like $10 or $5 anywhere.
Yeah.
So like
It,
yeah, you get him, shave off the stethoscope, repaint the entire thing, even the flesh color, because like the the chief himself is a lot darker.
Yeah.
And like he's got the mustache. So like this guy was like the light skinned version, you know, and then he needed the
Yeah.
mustache.
Wow.
But then he turns into this.
Oh my god. I didn't know
Yeah.
it was like so many
The
different
mayor.
figures. Yeah, this is like, oh god.
You
Yeah.
you are hurting
Okay.
Manny's brain right now.
We broke Manny.
Unbelievable, man.
Manny down.
This is
I was gonna say,
interesting,
it's
right?
so
I'm not
funny.
like boring anybody to death with this.
No,
No,
it's
no.
so interesting.
It's
It
very
gives so much
No, we're
insight.
silent because we're studying the details and
I'm
like
Oh,
just
yeah.
plain
gobsmacked.
stunned right now.
Yeah, it's fascinating. It's
Yeah,
very
you broke
fascinating.
his brain.
I just keep thinking about things that like they bought probably because it was around and cheap at the time because it's the
Yes.
1993 play
Yeah.
school figure, right? They just
Yeah,
grab it
and
from the
it's like-
store, easy to
Right.
get.
That's
30
why
years
they
later.
use the Cindy like head sculpt for because they
Mhm.
couldn't use Barbie, but they
Yeah.
Yep.
used Cindy, and I mean it totally worked. Well, but
30 years later, it's
now
hard to
it's
get
hard
that
to
stuff.
come by.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Here's the mayor before anything's done to him. Like that's his
Wow.
head sculpt,
That's the good mayor. It's the
He's-
origin story.
right?
Yet he still looks sinister somehow.
Yeah.
He's not as squeaky clean as he wants you to
Except
believe.
something
Right.
bad happened under the bed.
Action loses.
Yes, the eyebrows. Oh my gosh,
He broke Manny. Totally broke Manny.
he's done.
I am loving this, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean this is the supply box that guy said that he wanted to sell. Like he sold me this whole box for like $50
Oh,
because he just
Wow.
wanted to get rid of it.
Wow, it's a
Oh,
treasure
look at it.
trove.
Gold
Yes.
mine. Yeah.
look at that.
Oh my gosh. All the
awesome.
doctors.
Yeah,
So
I
then
got
you
all
can
these.
have your
I
display
got
action
doctors,
league.
I got
And
mayors, I got Sub-Zeros, but these are used
Sub-Zeros,
to make,
yeah.
these are used to make Red Ninja. So like Red Ninja is a custom villain that they did for an episode of Action League where he was like all
Oh,
red,
cool.
had like the red sequin like outfit. Like they just used this for Mortal Kombat, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
and painted him red.
wow.
So now I got more of those to make.
Sounds so flustered about it.
So then, yeah, you can have your display action league and your stunt action league and your your
Right?
backup pieces and yeah.
Man.
Yeah, totally.
Wow. Oh
And you
man.
were showing us before the show. There were a few others that you had. You had Robo Flesh, and you had that other.
Oh yeah. So yeah, this one I made just a couple months ago. I always wanted to do like a Robo Flesh just because I had a couple extra Flesh figures around. This one took a while though, surprisingly. Like I had to drill all these holes without going all the way through him.
Right.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay,
You
so
didn't
I
just
thought
glue
like
them
you glued.
on.
Yeah, I thought you just glued them on.
No, they wouldn't stay like that. So like each one of these is drilled in and then glued like the nut on top. But like to get it to stay in without being wiggly and everything, like it needed to be
Yeah.
like in there. So yeah.
Wow.
Who's the real Flesh?
I am the real Flesh.
Right?
How about a Hertz donut?
Hurts, don't it?
Donut. Ha
Right?
ha.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite deep cut. No, I'm Stench Diver. Stenchy's long lost brother. With the green flippers.
The green flippers, yeah.
You do the voices so well.
Yes.
too.
Like, thanks
love
a lot,
it.
you big chicken.
Yeah.
I imagine you doing the voices while you're painting then.
Yeah, I totally was, dude. I totally was. You nailed it. You nailed it with that.
You just like chuck one in the box, you just go, ah.
Hell, if I was doing that too, I'd do this. Yeah, I'd do the same thing. Oh, God.
Now, I obviously had to step away. Did you get to talk about how you made Meltman?
Yeah, we covered that a little bit.
Okay.
I still got a couple Meltman up here. This is
Oh,
the
that's my favorite.
ah!
Oh man.
Yeah, everybody keeps telling me that I need to do a hodgepodge, but I'm like, oh man, like they don't understand how hard that would be. With, I mean, he's got a crab claw arm, and then he's just made up of random bits of like, little piece of machinery. It's just a lot. It's
Yeah,
a lot
that
of
one's
work.
Yeah,
that one's
it's
all
like
He's
over
way
the place.
taller than all the other figures. Like, I mean, it'd be a cool figure to have, but I mean, the amount of work it's going to take to like, because I mean, the way I replicate stuff, like, I mean, I try to be as spot on as I can. And with him, they just put everything they had on the table together
Yeah.
and then
They
made
went
hodgepodge.
they went to Goodwill, got a whole bunch of random stuff, and were like,
Yeah.
ta-da.
He's got like a crab claw arm. Like,
Yeah, the crab claw. Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
so I'm on eBay looking up like artificial crab claw arm, like toy, like that I could cut off and use as a real arm. Like, what am I looking for right now? Like, yeah. But he's on my list. I got a long list of stuff.
Have you ever thought about doing the big baby they did for that Kiss episode?
Yeah, the baby.
I think that's a regular doll, don't you think?
Yeah, that's like a big baby doll. I haven't pinpointed like where it's from. I do have some of those Kiss figures though. Like those were like
Yeah.
McFarlane Kiss figures they used
Yeah.
for that episode.
Oh yeah.
And like we had talked about that before. Like that's the episode they showed before Good Burger in the movie theater. So I saw Action League on the big screen, and I'm like, this is the coolest. It doesn't get better than this. Right
It
now.
doesn't.
Do you have the car?
Oh yeah.
I have I have like the shell of the car, but you need like an actual RC car to get it to move around and everything. And so like I haven't put that together yet, but that's on my list too. As you can see, my shelf is running out of room back here. So car and hodgepodge and
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
that's
collecting.
so cool.
It just starts to take up so
if
much
I do
space.
all that, we might as well just reshoot Action League. Like make
That's
the
what
whole
I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Everything.
Like make a couple shorts. I mean, you're animating the penguin thing. Make maybe Action League will make like a little cameo.
Yeah, maybe. Right? I could totally do that.
Yeah, that'd be
Reunion
neat.
special.
Oh gosh.
Oh my, what is that? Zach,
Hey,
what in the
Splat,
world
hey.
is that?
Where you been there?
Oh my god. Oh god. It's so freaky. Oh man. Oh.
You've totally freaked out, Manny.
So it's like at the ending of like Jimmy Neutron where it's like, hi, I'm Paul. It's like that guy.
Reminds me of Monkey Bone.
Oh jeez.
All right,
We
well,
need to have like a Manny freak out meter.
Yeah, right.
Well, I think that is gonna just about cover it for this particular episode. Before we bail, there was a project that you were working on with Danny Tamberelli that was a podcast that people can go check out. What is that?
It's called Watts Corner. It's a WATTS and then corner, CORNER. Danny makes guest appearances, and it's a lot of fun. Like, definitely check it out. It's me and my buddies. We're just having a good time. We're doing an audio cartoon, and then I'm slowly like working into animation, but it's a lot of fun.
That sounds so cool. I'm
Very
gonna have to check
Right,
this
yeah,
out.
Definitely checking it out. Yeah.
He was talking about it quite a bit in depth before we started the episode, which all that behind the scenes footage, like all of our behind the scenes stuff, will be over on Patreon. But he was describing it, saying it very much is a cartoon, an audible cartoon. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to checking it out. But thank you so much, Zach, for taking the
Yes.
time and share all
Thank
this
you,
stuff.
Zach.
sharing.
Thanks
It's
for having me,
so awesome. Your work is amazing.
Dude, I am floored. My God. Bravo,
Yeah.
dude.
Just
Bravo.
absolutely
Oh, man.
incredible work.
If
Seriously.
that was
yeah.
behind the scenes, we got to bring this back out.
Hey, yes.
Yes.
Which
This is in my
Zach,
collection. This
Manny's
is a
work.
painting that Manny himself did.
Thank you so much.
good.
I really appreciate that, dude.
Yeah,
Thank
man-
you.
Dude,
I
it's
try
on
to
my
get
wall. I appreciate it too. Super
I-
red.
I did some of the things that you do for your sculptures because I watched that episode in depth and I try to get every reference to that episode in that painting. So
Way to
I
do
totally know what you're going through when you're making your masks and everything, like especially like your little cereal thing at the
it.
end.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the time
Zoom
tunnel.
in and enhance. Zoom in and frame by frame
Enhance.
and enhance.
There was a
Right.
lot of that. There was a lot of that.
But also, anybody who wants to check out your stuff, who's not following on social media, where can they check you out at?
I'm at Zac Fieldsend on Instagram. It's a ZAC FIELDSEND. And then my podcast has a show of itself, which is Watts Corner Podcast on Instagram also.
All right.
Yeah,
All right,
I'm not hard
everybody.
to find.
Everybody, go share the love. Check his stuff out. Check out whenever he's got some more projects coming up, because dude is immensely talented. And,
Oh, yeah.
and
Yes.
an absolute gem of a human being. And I wanted to showcase him and the amazing work that he does. So thank you again, Zach. For
Yeah,
Seriously, thank you.
So
much
cool.
Thank you for
respect.
coming on.
Keeping the
Yes.
craft alive, man.
Shout out to Danny for showing up, right?
That's right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Shout out to
Danny.
Danny.
Thank you.
Thank
Damn,
you.
bud.
All right, that is going to be it for this Collector's Corner. We've got some more. I think we only have one more episode of Collector's Corner this season, and it's going to be like all the other ones. It's going to be fun, so make sure to come back in a few weeks. So until next time, we'll splat you later.
Catch you later. Bye.
See you later.
Let you later.
But what I was telling them, Zach, was Sam started. I mean, just instantly went for the Ghastly Grinner episode. I think he found a thumbnail of it on YouTube somewhere,
That's a bold start.
and
Yeah, it is.
he went right for it, and he watched it. He's loved it. He has watched that thing so many times. The other day he left for school, and I said, "Have a good day, cakes." And he went,
He went later, Uncas.